In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to replace the manual transmission fluid in this manual BMW 335i. This is an F30 chassis, so this is going to be the same procedure on pretty much any manual BMW of this era, F30, F31, 2, 3, probably the same in a lot of the 5 series as well. I have the BMW manual transmission fluid LT5. This is the OEM fluid. You can do your research on what fluid you'd like to use. There's a lot of different content out there explaining pros and cons of different fluid or different options, and there's also a lot of different opinions. So I'm just going with the standard, very expensive BMW fluid. First thing you'll need to do is get the car lifted up, whether you have jacks and a jack stand, quick jacks like I have, or even a lift. Just get it up in the air in a safe way. So we're here underneath the car. This is the manual transmission right here, and there's just this one plastic shield that's covering it up that we have to remove. It's primarily 8mm screws and then at least one 10mm nut right here on a stud. So you just gotta pull that all off and we can move this out of the way. Once all the screws are out, you're gonna have to twist the plastic shield like this to release it from this clip. Now we can easily see here on the bottom, this is our drain plug, and up a little bit is our fill plug. First we'll crack the fill plug loose, and then we'll remove the drain plug with a pan underneath, just like you would an oil change. So with an 8mm Allen, I'm gonna break loose the fill plug. Now with a catch pan underneath, I'll break loose the drain plug. I believe this is about 120,000 mile old transmission fluid here. So I've waited until it's a pretty slow drip. What I'm actually gonna do now is just pump a little bit of the new fluid in, just as sort of a flush. I have more of the new fluid than I need, and I'm not really anticipating using the extra. So I'm just gonna pump it in and it'll kind of flush out some of the gunk. Pumped in maybe 1/8 of a quart, so I'll still have some extra as well. So I'll just wipe this off and I'll reinstall the drain plug. And I'll be nice and gentle. Just get this snug, but not too tight. It's just aluminum threads. And now I'll continue to pump in the new fluid through the fill hole until it starts to spill out. So now I've pumped in 1 quart, of course, minus the stuff I let just drain through. It takes about 1.3. So I'm on to the next one. Okay, it's clearly full now. And it's dripping out a lot faster when I take the hose out of there. And once it goes from a constant drain to a drip like this, you can put the fill plug back in. And go ahead and tighten up the fill plug. I believe the torque spec on this is 25 foot-pounds. Just make sure not to overdo it, as it is aluminum on aluminum threads. And that's it for the fluid change. This is what I got out. This is a mix of new and old. Now I just have to put the plastic shield back on. As I do that, go ahead and just hit the subscribe button if you found this video helpful and you want more content like this. I really appreciate you watching. After I get this plastic sheet back on, I'll throw up a couple of videos on the screen that I think you might also enjoy.